Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy HD MMA back at it again with another video. Today, we are going over my picks and predictions for UFC Fight Night Mexico. Brandon Moreno versus Boner Kavanagh. Yeah, maybe not to name, maybe not to mano, but ain't weird fight in Mexico, man. Yeah, this is like the fucking umpteenth time Brandon Moreno has headlined a fight night in Mexico. They just fucking I know the UFC just can't fucking they can't shake this guy off like a Mexico card. This is why I wanted fucking Anthony Hernandez to win, so we can stop getting fucking this little fucking Lego fucker on these fucking Mexico cards. But yeah, he's here again, fucking back like he never left in this bitch. And yeah, overall the card's pretty shit. I'm feeling this way the same way I was feeling about the Strickland Hernandez card. Very like low height for this. Not all too exciting of matchups. Apart from like some fights on the main card, like the feature fight, the co-main, and the main. Not even the main, because we all know who's gonna fucking win that. But yeah, not really that high level of matchups on this one. So yeah, we're gonna just jump straight into this. I'm just gonna brace y'all right now. I didn't really research for this one. I didn't really put too much time into this. I'm pretty much just fucking spitballing here. So let's just go through all these fights real quick. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. Going over every fight on the card, from the first fight on the prelims to the main card, starting with Damian Pinez versus Wes Schultz. I'm going with Pinez in this one by fucking round 1 KO. I think Pinez is just a overall more dangerous fighter. I watched fucking Wes's first fight he had on the Contender Series with Mansour Abdul-Malik, where he got finished in that one. Mansour Abdul-Malik has a similar phenotype to Damian Pinez. Dark skin, pause. I don't know. The similar look, like just very good height for the weight class, 6'1", 6'2", around there. Also with a very long reach as well, with power in the hands. Both those guys have a similar phenotype, and Wes really struggled in that fight. Looked really lost on the feet, shit on the feet. Was missing counters from wide fucking open. Just looking not all there. Just not looking like a UFC level talent in there with Mansour Abdul-Malik. And I think a guy like Damian Pinez, who trains at a very good gym. He trains at Nouveau Niao, which I like that for him. That's a very good gym. They got a very good mix of talent for all assets of MMA. He's young as well, only 23 years old in the UFC. He's dangerous, got very big power, very long reach. He has a reach advantage in this fight as well. And yeah, I think he's gonna be able to use that high guard he always he utilizes, walk through the shots of Wes Schultz. I think he can take everything Wes Schultz can throw at him and dish it out tenfold to Wes Schultz back. And I don't think Wes Schultz can take the power of Pinez. Pause. The power of Pinez. And yeah, I think Pinez is going to be able to use the high guard, walk through all of Schultz's offense, and put hands on him to a TKO or KO finish early in the first. Early in the first. Maybe like the midway point of the first round, he puts it on. He gets a finish on Schultz here. So yeah, I like Damian in this fight. I think he's gonna win this fight pretty dominantly. Moving on, we got Eric Silva versus Francis Marshall. I'm going with Francis Marshall in this one. In his last fight, he went to a close decision with Marion Santos, who we found out is pretty good. And Eric Silva, he's coming off a 2-fight loss streak. Got KO'd by Muhammad Naimov, who really isn't all that. He got KO'd by fucking Myron Santos in his last fight. And I think Marshall over here can can put it on fucking Silva, who is he's 38 he's 38 years old, just now getting into the UFC. He's on a 2-fight loss streak, both finishes as well. Both his losses, Eric Silva's has been, and I think Marshall is going to be able to use his youth, use his that hunger. He has a slight reach advantage in this fight as well, and I think he's going to be able to overall just out athleticism, out fucking hunger a guy like Eric Silva, who is he's old, he's aged. I think he already has like gray hairs in his beard as well, which is not a good look. And I think Francis over here is like a sort of a better, like just a younger, better, more athletic version of Eric Santos. He has not Santos, fucking Silva. Silva, he has good. I don't know why my glasses are sitting annoyingly on my face. Silva, he has like good kicks, and he has got some decent grappling. And I think Marshall can keep it on the feet and put some hands on Unk over here and show him how the youngins get down. So I'm going with Francis Marshall in this fight. With this one, I didn't really research this one, to be honest with y'all. So I'm just picking who I think is gonna look like they're gonna win, and I think that's gonna be Francis Marshall. Moving on, we got Regina Turin versus Ernesta Kurakaita. Jesus. I'm going with Kurakaita in this one. She's got a very big height and reach advantage. Regina over here, she hasn't fought in the UFC. She's making her UFC debut. She's only 21 years old. I'm a big skeptical about some of these like Latin women coming off, these like up and coming girls that haven't really made any noise coming into the UFC. We saw how that went with what was her name, Aline Pereira or something like that. Just circled around that range against Montserrat Rendon. Just circled around that range, didn't really do fucking anything. And I think a girl like Ernesta here, who has the reach advantage, she has some UFC experience as well. I think she's gonna be able to basically make the lights too bright for Turin over here, and be able to put it on her by unanimous decision. Did I say I think fucking Marshall over here is gonna win by second round TKO. Yeah, second round TKO for Marshall, and I think a unanimous decision for Ernesto over here will be good as well. And also like all finishes, she's also undefeated, and it's like all finishes pretty much for Turin, which does make me skeptical maybe. Most likely they fucking put her up against a bunch, made her can crush for a lot of her regionals, and she's getting to the UFC off that, and I think Ernesto over here is going to be able to make them lights too bright and fraud check her. So yeah, I'm going with Ernesta Kurakaita by unanimous decision. Moving on, we got Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Javier Reyes. I'm going with Reyes in this one by first round TKO. Again, another old ass motherfucker on the prelims. Andrade over here, he's 40 years old. He's been like win one, lose one in his career. I think he lost to Miles Johns, if I'm not mistaken, in his last one out, and that was like a year ago. Pretty much like 2 years ago almost. Lost to Miles Johns. He's 40 years old. Looks 40 as well. He's not really aging that like well in the facial region and the facial structure. And Javier Reyes, I watched a little bit of his Contender Series fight, or I watched all of it. It was a pretty pretty quick finish. He does like build onto guys and really put hands and puts a pace on guys early on. And I think he's gonna be able to do the same pretty much to Andrade over here. They both have a shit ton of experience coming into the UFC. I think Reyes is going to be able to break Andrade with the pressure, with the pace, and with a massive volume of attacks. He has good like attacks everywhere, good like knees in the clinch, good combos coming forward. He does like Reyes does like lift his chin up in the air, which does concern me. But I don't think Andrade is gonna have any steam to put on him in this fight. So I think Reyes is just gonna fucking bulldoze him, avalanche him, and steamroll him in the first round. So shit. So yeah, I got Reyes first round TKO. Moving on, we got Christian Quiones versus Chris Moutinho. I'm going with Quiones in this one. I can't trust Chris Moutinho to win a fight in the UFC. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've seen this motherfucker get chinned all up and cross, get fucking his ass whooped by Sean O'Malley, got fucking smoked out cold by Malcolm Wellmaker, who really isn't even that good, to be honest with you. We saw the fight with his fight with Ewing. He's not really Malcolm Wellmaker's. He's not really all that at bantamweight. And Christian Quiones, he fucking beat Vinicius Oliveira on regionals on the come up. I think he has a win streak in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he like lost his most recent one, but I think he's coming off of a win, or he's either coming off a win or he's making his debut. I can't remember, but I think he looks way better than Chris Moutinho. He's also younger as well. Had the win against Vinicius Oliveira. I think Quiones can get it done in the grappling here. He has a very good grappling style, shoots a lot, has good wrestling. I think he can take down Chris Moutinho in this fight and get like maybe a second round sub on Moutinho. Just get the takedowns, get to a dominant position, catch him with like maybe a rear naked or something like that, and out grapple Moutinho here. So I'm going with Quiones by second round sub. Moving on, we got Aline Perez versus Macy Chasson. I'm going with Perez in this one. I'm going to soft launch this here. I think in the UFC currently, we've seen like a renaissance of attractive female fighters getting the W over their more butch, playing for the same team looking counterparts. And I think that's going to be the case here. These more attractive girls, they're showing they're not just a body. They're showing they got some good fighting skills. And I think Aline Perez is going to be able to get this one over Macy Chasson. Macy Chasson, I watched her last fight with Yana Santos. She looked extremely shit. Like, was not using her like natural advantages she has at this weight class, being 5'11" with a like pretty much the longest reach in this weight class, I'm pretty sure. She wasn't throwing any rangy attacks, no teeps, no jabs, no straights, no nothing like that, no knees. In the clinch as well, she was throwing nothing. She was getting like out-kneed and like out-jabbed in the clinch by the shorter, less rangy girl in Yana Santos. And I think a girl like Aline Perez, who carries most of her weight in her lower region, in her lower half, can put it on Macy Chasson, put on the pressure, just outwork and out hustle Macy Chasson, who is historically had as she's gone on in bantamweight, her weight cut has been worse and worse, and it has been more and more draining for her to make the weight. And I think that's affecting her performance in the cage. I think a girl like Aline Perez, who's 5'5", who doesn't really have that much like weight to cut realistically, can have better, be in better shape, have better conditioning, better cardio after the weight cut, and use that to put it on Macy Chiasson, an out hustler, out worker in a lot of positions in the fight, and just get the W off that. So I'm going with Aline Perez in this one to get this one done and twerk in the cage, like on the post fight interview and shit like that. So I'm going with Aline Perez, unanimous decision. Moving on, we got Ryan Gandra versus Jose Daniel Medina. I'm going with Gandra in this one. Jose Medina, he's just like a fat fucking durable blob that is there to just be chinned. And I think I haven't even researched this guy, and I think Granda can put it on Jose Medina, who is just not UFC level at all, just has no fighting skills whatsoever. And I think he can just put it on him and get like a fucking first round TKO on him. Just not that much. That's headlining the prelims over fucking what? Ain't really shit on these prelims, to be honest. Ain't really fucking much. I guess Jose Medina, maybe like Aline Perez deserves this over them, but yeah, these guys are like, they've like been, Jose Medina's been in the UFC. He's been like recognizable as a guy, as the fat guy that gets chinned by everyone. So yeah, I'm gonna have him in this one to be chinned as well. Grandra by fucking first round TKO. Moving on. If he can't do that, then fucking, it needs to be cut, and as well as Medina has been needed to be cut. But yeah, moving on to the main card. First fight on the main card, we got Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacheco. I'm going with Luna in this one by a first round KO. I watched his last fight on that Noche card with fucking Gene Silva and Diego Lopez. He looked pretty good. Got a bit hairy for him in the first round. He got dropped maybe once or twice by the guy he was fighting. Quang Lee he was fighting, I think his name was. Got dropped a couple times, came back, got the KO victory. I'm going I see that as him being tested and him being in like deep waters and deep stuff, and I like that for him, especially being as young as he is and being as like, and having it happen like early in his career. I think he's going to be able to take that and learn from that and really grow from it as well. He's 21. He's pretty big for the division. He's at a nice height for the division, 5'9". That's pretty good for like prospects, and you're not being like dwarfed by fucking like the taller, lankier bantamweights, but you're not like a little fucking short piece of shit midget. And he's also got a good reach for the division, 74 inch reach. That's a big, long reach for a bantamweight. And I think he's gonna be able to put it on fucking Pacheco here, who looks like a fucking bantamweight Alex Moreno with more hair. I think he's gonna be able to put it on him and get a highlight real KO in Mexico. Really not much to say. Blah. The guy's 7-3. Pacheco, I didn't research him at all in this fight, so yeah, Luna's undefeated. He's looking like a good prospect at bantamweight, and I think he's gonna be able to get it done. Moving on, we got Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. I'm going with Borjas in this one by I want to say unanimous decision. I think Borjas, he's a good dangerous prospect at a flyweight. He gave Joshua Vance some problems. I think he's coming off a fucking he's coming off a win against some guy. I can't remember who's has some skills as well. Borjas is dangerous. That's what I'm gonna say. Borjas is pretty dangerous. Gave a lot of good guys at flyweight some problems. Rodriguez, he's been on the Contender Series. He's making his debut. I think he's too small for flyweight. He's 5'4" at flyweight. A lot of these guys, they're coming up. They're like 5'7", 5'8". Like being 5'4" as a prospect at flyweight, being 5'4", like being like under like 5'5" or like 5'6" at flyweight is pretty fucking brutal. And I think Borjas is gonna be too physical, too big. Borjas also has a reach advantage as well. I think he's gonna be able to outrange and piece up Rodriguez on the feet here and kind of outclass him and just baby him and like sort of victimize him in there. Is what I think. So, yeah, I got Borjas in this one by a unanimous decision. Just piece him off for 5 rounds, out physicality him, outrange him, out experience him, out dangerous him, just out him in every single facet of the game. So, yeah, moving on. We got Edgar Chairez versus Felipe Bunes. I'm going with Chairez in this one. Yeah, I'm going with Chairez. I can't really tell you why, but Bunes, he got pieced up by Joshua Van. Hasn't really made too much noise. Edgar Chairez, he has like a good win over someone that I can't remember. But yeah, I think Chairez can get this one done by just like out dangerousing him. I think Bunes, he's a bit too finishable. Got pieced up by Van in like the second round. I know Van is good, but he doesn't really if he's gonna finish you, he's gonna be like by at least like the third round. He's not the kind of guy to like get you out in the first or second. And Bunes getting put out in the second round worries me for his durability. And I think someone like Chavez, who has some good wins here and there on his resume, can exploit that and fucking get the victory here. So yeah, I'm going with Chairez. Can't really tell you why. Probably by like a third round TKO at most. So yeah. Moving on, we got the featured fight of the night, and it is Daniel Zellhuber versus Bobby Green. Am I really about to say this? I am. I'm going with Bobby Green in this one, man. Zellhuber, he doesn't throw anything, man. He doesn't throw anything. He does not get out of first gear. He doesn't use his weapons. He doesn't use his physical gifts that he has, especially at lightweight, being over 6 foot and having a 77 inch reach. Probably in all of his fights, unless he fights like Jalen Turner or something like that, or maybe fucking fucking Yoel Alvarez comes back down, which he's probably not gonna do. Unless he fights one of those guys, he's gonna have a like height and reach advantage over pretty much everyone in the fucking division, and he just doesn't do anything. He just stays at range, throws body kicks, maybe throw a jab here and there, doesn't like use any of his gifts. He's very talented, but he just can't really put them together. And it's really because he's at a Extreme Couture over there, and they're just turning turning their fighters, bar fucking Sean Strickland, into just like victims who don't really throw much in the octagon. And you can't fucking just sit there and throw one singular body kick. You can't just throw like 10 body kicks around at someone like King Green. Not fucking King Green. I said King Green actually in fucking 2026. You can't throw fucking rear leg body kicks 10 times around at Bobby Green. Bobby Green, he's still got it. He's just gonna fucking oral farm at you and walk you down like he did like that other fucker, Lance Gibson's, that other shit fucking bag he fought. Yeah, he's just gonna walk you down and just land with his hands on you. And I don't trust that Zell Huber like moved camps and made the adjustments and really like fucking worked on his like mentality and his finishing instincts and worked on his ability to like put the tools together. That's a mental thing that like can reside in you for a very long time. That just like can be a part of your personality and your mentality in there. And that kind of issue is not something you can just like fix like that by like the switch of a camp or like a switch of a coach or something like that. That's something that's like built into you over many like years and years of training and stuff like that. That's something that's that slowly ingrains into you, and once it's like in there, it's very hard to remove and like correct. So I'm going with Bobby Green in this one, being able to just out activity Zell Huber, outland him with the punches. He has a similar phenotype to Michael Johnson, both unks at lightweight, both the same kind of fighter. And yeah, Zell Huber didn't do well against fucking Michael Johnson, and I don't think he's gonna do well against against Bobby Green. So yeah, I think Michael Johnson, he is a bit more dangerous than Bobby Green, with like his hands and stuff like that. But I think Bobby Green can do the same thing that Michael Johnson did to Zell Huber. So yeah, probably by unanimous decision as well. Moving on to the co-main event, we got Marlon Vera versus David Martinez. I'm going with David Martinez in this one. I wasn't familiar with my boy's game, but when I watched that fucking his Noche fight, man, I am impressed. Fucking David Martinez, he's got crazy activity for this weight class. He's super active in his fights, especially like as the fight goes on, and he like gets more active and like gets sharper as the fight goes on. I don't know how to explain it, but he just does, and that just happens. Maybe he's on the sauce. I mean, he is a doctor, and I think his sister is a doctor as well. She's in the UFC, so maybe they got some like fucking Raccoon City fucking Captain America super serum they've worked on where they can't fucking pop, and it just gives them insane cardio as well. Like at elevation, he was Mexico City. It's like fucking what, 1,000 feet above sea level, and he was like upping his activity as the fight was going on, round by round. He was throwing more and more significant strikes, just outpacing and putting a pace on the guy he was fighting. And I think he can do the same to Marlon Vera here, who doesn't really do fuck all, just oral farms, tries to do like one like tough thing, like put his finger back into socket or fucking like shake off a big punch or whatever. With Marlon Vera, he doesn't do fuck all. He has power. He has all the dangerous abilities. He has dangerous kicks. He's got very long legs for the division, very good reach for the division as well. But he just can't put them together. He just doesn't fucking throw anything. And a guy like David Martinez, who has crazy activity, crazy stamina and cardio, can just overwhelm you and just outpoint you and just out fucking and just snowball and volume you. And I think he's gonna be able to do that to Marlon Vera in spades in this fight. do like what fucking Aim is a Hobby did, but not get like dropped and not be in much trouble, not be like in as much trouble on the feet, and like do it with more like fucking with more what's the fucking word, do it more fucking significantly, do it like do it more emphatically. That's the word I'm looking for. Do it more emphatically. Be able to like do it. Ayman Zahabi did like times fucking like 10. Yeah. So I'm going with David Martinez in this one by unanimous decision. I don't think he's gonna finish Cheeto. Cheeto never gets finished. Yeah. Moving on, we got the main event of the evening: Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanagh. We all know we're going with Brandon Moreno in this one. Yeah, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I will headline another Mexico card, man. You will see. I will get back to the champion. You'll see. Yeah, I got Brandon Moreno, Lauren Kavanagh. He's way too green, way too experienced, this is way too much, way too soon. Brandon Moreno, he's a former champ, always good in the division, always like around the top 5 area. And yeah, I think he's gonna be able to piece up Loner Kavanagh and just put a fucking beating on him as the fight goes on, and maybe even like TKO him in like round 3 or 4 or whatever. Loner Kavanagh, he's got good power for the division. He is pretty fast, but he does slow down a lot, and he did get fucking abysmally fraud checked by Charles Johnson. Hit him with a big leaping left hook or right hook. Big lunging right hook while Loner Kavanagh had his hands down and thought he was out of range. Got smoked out cold for it. And I don't think Brandon Moreno's going to smoke him out cold, but I do think he's just going to piece him up with the boxing, be too technical in the boxing for Loner Kavanagh. Maybe not in like early in the first, but as the fight goes on and Loner Kavanagh gets tired and just slows down progressively, Brandon Moreno is just gonna fucking take over and just put an absolute beating on him as the fight progresses. I think he also has a ground advantage over Kavanagh as well. Kavanagh, he does wrestle sometimes. He'll shoot a couple takedowns, but it's not really his go-to. His go-to is his power and his stand-up. I think Brandon Moreno can shuck off the takedowns of Loner Kavanagh, and if Loner Kavanagh does get him down, I think Brandon Moreno can get back up, scramble. Moreno has great scrambles, great jiu-jitsu overall. I think he can even reverse Kavanagh and sub him there on the ground as well. It's really Brandon Moreno by whatever the fuck he wants in this fight. As the fight goes on, I think he can just break Kavanagh and just fucking victimize him in there. And yeah, that's my prediction for this fight. Brandon Moreno, maybe I want to say like 3rd round TKO due to like just volume and just swarming Kavanagh like up against the cage on some shit. So yeah, those are my picks for this card. Brandon Moreno, fucking David Martinez, Bobby Green, Edgar Charez, Kevin Borjas, Santiago Luna, Ryan Granda, Aline Perez, Christian Quinones, Javier Reyes, Ernesta, Karakaita, Francis, fucking Marshall, and Damian Paness. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the fights on the weekend. I will be doing a fight companion to this as well. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I will be making a reaction breakdown to this fight card as well. So stay tuned for that, and peace. Later.